Shalom, shalom. Is that better now? Yeah, I don't know what happened. That's a, but it's the water for that though, because I could have I could have done a whole live lesson no voice, man. That's crazy. The water for that, man. That was crazy. It's crazy because like two people came on, right? Two people came on live. They didn't even say nothing, and they left. And I'm like, yeah, because then it is what it is, though. But anyway, so shalom, shalom. Again, that was, I don't know what happened to the audio before that, but that was, Satan. But anyway, so shalom, shalom. I want to start by saying, Brak to Yahweh, Brak to Yahushai, Brak to Yahweh, Brak to Yahushai, Brak to Yahweh, Brak to Yahushai. Kahalam la Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakudash. And also the honor to the apostles, to the elder bishops, the elders, great ministers on the world, and also shalom to sincere Akim there pushing truth in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakudash. All right, and I'm back, getting on the street, so it's like it before I was live 8 minutes in, but there was no audio to it. So, let's try to go back to, to where I started the lesson on, and go from there, so it's like about that. So this is the book of Second Ezra real quick. Second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. Just bear with me. Second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So the true man over here by Hashem Yahushai, all right, the watchmen, okay, they're gonna be what they're gonna be measuring the time diligently. Okay, they're gonna be reporting on what's going on worldwide. They're gonna report on those signs that are written, okay, in the Bible that we look forward to before Yahushua makes a second return. And if you're not a true watchman, your lesson is not gonna, your lesson is gonna be about some, about debating. Let's be honest. Your live lessons, your lessons, it's all about debating. Okay, debating. Okay, pushing, how to become rich, how to be a community. Okay, that's not what you're gonna get here, in Great Millstone. Brothers are on point with it. Okay, brothers are doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Meaning that the brothers are pleasing Yahweh Yahushai. They're doing the work of what a true watchman will be doing in this lot of days. When you go to the book of Jeremiah 28 and 8, it tells you, the prophets that have been before thee of all prophets against what? Against many countries, against great kingdoms of evil, pestilences, and woes. And that's the same thing we're doing today, man. Okay? We're not gonna be here and give you some smooth words. Okay? Give you a smooth future here in Esau's kingdom. We're gonna tell you that this kingdom of Esau is gonna be taken down. And before this kingdom of Esau gets taken down, guess what? There's going to be a trouble called Jacob trouble. Okay, there's going to be turbulence, should I say. Okay? This kingdom of Esau is going to get shaken up and down. And if you happen to be in it, guess what? You're going to be in that, shaken up and down. All right? Okay, you're going to be caught up in it. And if you're a true believer, guess what? You're going to be delivered out of that shaking up and down, man. And if you don't believe, guess what? You're going to be taken up. Okay, you're going to be taken out. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem and Shah, is not going to spare you. All right? That's the truth right there, man. Okay? There's no in between, man. You either saving Yahweh Hashem Yahushua or you saving this damn devil, man. Because the time is coming to where you're going to have to choose. You're going to have to make a choice. All right? Are you going to bow down to this system, this new, the system of the beast? Or are you going to, follow the system of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua? Which is to say no to that system of Esau, which we're already coming into, man. Everything is working towards a new system, a new world order. All right. It sounds like conspiracy theory, but guess what? What do you see in the news, man? Everything you see in the news is the things that we've been telling you about, man. Okay? Is what we've been telling you about. So is that conspiracy theory now, or what is it? You know, where is it, man? Okay? Because everything that, it's like, let me get this preset here real quick. The things that were hidden for a long time, right? You know, Yahweh Hashem is bringing them to their light. And we speaking on them. All right, this is the book of Luke, chapter 8. Luke 8 and verse 17. It says, let me start from verse 16. Luke chapter 8, verse 16. No man, when he have lightened a candle, covereth with a vessel. So when you come in this knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you come into the light. Okay? These words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, are light. Okay? When you become a new creature, you become when you become a new creature, you put away the darkness you're living in. So you come into the light, and that light reproves you. Okay, pursuant to the book of St. John chapter 3, verse verse 8, 8, I want to say going downwards, it goes into that light reproves you. Every evil deeds you do, the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is checking you. Okay? So it says, no man, when you have lighted a candle, which that's also going into this knowledge. You receive this knowledge, and now you want to hide it. Like these guys who are pushing debate me, eh? Debate me out. You scared. You don't want to debate because you scared. You scared of Genesis, man. You don't, no, fuck them niggas. Okay, that's not the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Those guys are not pleasing Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but what? They're serving their own belly. All right, they want to please people. They have turned this truth into entertainment. Because when you go through a debate, let's be honest, it's entertainment. You can't study. You can't learn or study from those dudes, man. If anything you're gonna get out of it, it's how to debate. Like the guy from IHPK, whatever his name is, I forget his name, man. His name escapes my mind, but I'm talking about the second in command. He basically came out one time and said, what did he say, man? He said that in one of the video, he was saying, so basically he, when he's like debating people, he can't debate people like it was a rap battle. Yeah, Tazraya, okay? Captain Tazraya. All right? So he basically said when he's debating people, he debates people like it was a rap battle. Those underground rap battle? That's how he debates people. And when you watch those underground rap battle, what is it? Entertainment. Somebody trying to get the best of you. So that's what these niggas, that's the same thing that these niggas are doing, man. All right? So anyway, it says, no man, when he have lighted a candle, covered with a vessel. You don't do that, man. You receive this knowledge, and now you want to cover it up. And you turn this knowledge into something else. That's covering up. Okay? You gotta preach the pure truth, man. You can't change this doctrine. You gotta give it as it is, man. Okay? Alright? It says, put it under a bed. And that's what you guys are doing. These guys are putting this whole truth under the bed, hiding it, and now they're coming out with their own doctrine. Teaching the doctrine of the devil, man. It says, but setteth on a candlestick that they which enter in might see the light. So if you're a new believer, okay, if that man got that candle shining and is pure shining, is showing that light, that's good. Okay, because that's gonna reprove the individual who's trying to come into this truth, man. Okay? Let me get that precept since I mentioned it, and what I came for the precepts. I'm gonna get them in a minute. right, this is the book of hold up. This is the book of Saint John, chapter 3, verse 20. It says, for everyone that doth evil hateth the light. Exactly, man. You know, and you definitely see that in these days that every individual that love to do their own will. Okay, self-will individuals, who just who out here to shine and look great in front of the cameras. Okay, debating and chase fame, get money. When the truth comes out, they hate it. When they get rebuked, they're like, nah, man, you can't say nothing about me, man. Why is Graham Millstone always doing this? Then what are we supposed to do, man? That's going back into the law. When you see your neighbor going off you, you're supposed to rebuke them. Or else that sin is going to be counted on you. So it says, for everyone that doth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. And that's what's happening right now. A lot of you guys don't want to come to the light no more. A lot of you guys are scared to open up Graham Millstone videos, man. Yeah. A lot of you guys, man, you scared to open up videos being done by the brothers reviewing Graham Millstone because you know that that lesson is gonna cut you, like the scripture says in the book of Hebrews, man. The words of Most High, how powerful the words of Most High Yahweh Hashem Yashar are. They'll cut you, man. Okay. So, dudes see that like, nah. I can't open up that lesson, man. I can't because it's gonna cut me, and I don't want to be cut. I don't want to feel, I don't want to feel that guilt conscious walking around with it. I'd rather be ignorant. That's a lot of you guys, man. It says, verse 21, but he that doth truth cometh to the light. If you love the truth, you are about this truth, man. You want to be, you want to repent. So you have sinned against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You're gonna come to the light. Because all of us have sinned, man, and we know that, man. We all piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. And I admit it. I'm not perfect, and I admit it. I'm not going to walk around like, yeah, man, I don't sin, man. I'm good, man, Nah. And that's what these dudes that do. These dudes were being told that, man. I remember you brothers don't remember that, right? That dude from Guerrilla Hebrew Israelite camp, he said he don't sin. He said he don't sin. That tells you a lot. Anyway, it says, but he that doth the truth cometh to the light, that his deeds might be made manifest. All right? That they are wrought in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That the Heavenly Father Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is working with you, man. You're gonna come to the light, repent, and do the right. Okay? Let's read on. Let me go back to the top as well. I want to get these precepts out of the way. The brother from GMS Melbourne, 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 37. If any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that are right unto you are the commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. There you go. And the commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not just the 10 commandments. Some of you idiots, you think like that. No, when you look up the word commandments, it goes into the precepts. Okay? The words. Okay? Those are commandments. When Yahushua said, if you love me, feed the sheep, that's a commandment. Okay? When Yahushua said, he's gonna send you out and go, basically, cast our net into the sea, get a good fish, which is, talking about people. That's a commandment. All right? Teaching the truth, teaching what the mark of the beast is, that's a commandment. Okay? Teaching worship Yahushua, that's a commandment. All right? So if you're a prophet, man, if you call yourself a prophet, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Let's read it one more time. It says here, right? It says, if any man think himself to be a prophet, if you think you're a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that are right unto you are commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So this is the things that Apostle Paul wrote. Are commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You have to acknowledge that. But some guys say the writings of Apostle Paul are not words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Can be used. Right? We got the receipts, man. Let's go on. The receipts are on YouTube. Okay. Verse 39. Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophesy and forbid not to speak with tongues. Okay, covet to prophesy, man. That's something you should be, coveting after. To prophesy, praying for that. All right, you gotta pray for that, man. You gotta pray, go on fast and study, just to see if she got it. All right. It says, and forbid not to speak with tongues, and that's another thing. You speak, if you speak different languages, hey man, don't be scared to do so. And I want to say I'm guilty for that. Because I do speak another language, but I'm not really fluent. Fluent reading it, but I can speak it and translate in English a little bit here, a little bit there, and I should be doing lessons in that, man. I've done a lesson now a long time ago. Okay, during the C19 era, but since then, I haven't done another lesson in that language, which I should be doing now. Okay, so I'm guilty for that, man. But hey, Tawara Tihaba Hashim Yaosha, we have a brother over there in Tanzania that speaks Swahili, so he's been covering, anyone that speaks Swahili, because anybody that speaks the language I'm talking about, most of them all speak Swahili, okay? Most of them speak Swahili, so, Tawara to that brother over there in Tanzania has been doing lessons in Swahili. Anybody from our country, where I'm from, they all speak Swahili, or also they all speak French. You got brothers over there in GMS Montreal speaking French, okay? So they understand French and understand Swahili. But that right there does not give me excuse not to do lessons in our language. All right. So let's go on. Let's get read on all these precepts. These it's like all these precepts tie in with the lesson. Surah chapter 39 verse 1. 39 verse 1 says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, going into his words." Because when you see the word law, some idiots they're thinking about the laws. Written in the book of Moses. No, the whole words of Yahweh Hashem, the words itself are laws, man. All right. It says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereon, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies," man. You see, and that's what you see within Great Millstone, the brothers that who are affiliated with Great Millstone. Okay, it's all about prophecy, because that's the time we're in right now. We're in a time with the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua are being rising in these last days to rise up and condemn this society of Esau, this kingdom of Esau, before Yahushua makes his return. Okay, you're gonna have men here who's gonna prepare the second return of Yahushua. Okay, who's gonna speak on it, and then you people who don't believe in it, you're gonna look at us like we're fucking crazy. When we tell you that Yahushua is gonna come back in a gigantic chariot, with with the word ignorant called UFO, you guys look like you guys look at us like we got fucking 5 heads. All right, then you got another one is World War III is gonna pop off to where the land of America is gonna be taken out completely. You people look at us like, nah, you guys fucking sound like a terrorist, right? And when we say that, in the next couple months or years to come, you're gonna be forced to take a microchip within your right hand or left hand, whatever country you're in, or in your forehead. You look at us like you call us conspiracy theory. When we tell you that the internet eventually is gonna be shut down, they're gonna come after the man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you don't believe it, but we're already in our work of it, especially over here in Australia, okay? Which Lord willing tonight, me and the brother from my GMS Melbourne, Matters Buff, we're gonna do a lesson on that, man. Just to show you that Australia is about to make a big move after the attack at Bondi Beach. Okay? Australia's gonna make a big move, man. And hey, I wouldn't be surprised if Australia's the first country to make it be known, like you can't speak against these ghetto rats. Cause there was laws, man. There was me and the bro, we did a lesson on this, man. There was laws that was passed a long time ago going into the anti that, to where eventually you're gonna be put in prison. You're going to be fine. You're going to lose your job because you're speaking against these fucking small people, man. Small hot people. And now that whole thing happens. Now guess what? Those are going to be kicked in. Okay, ASAP. You know? That's what the scripture, what is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11, man. We can't be ignorant of Satan devices, is going into his schemes, his plans. Now his plans they're all working together right now, man. You know, but when we were saying that a long time ago, you guys said, man, you guys just making up some shit as you go. That's fine, it's okay, because even you dudes that call yourself, even you dudes who don't want to call yourself Hebrew Israel no more, Hakah Hassad, they're coming after your ass, nigga. They're coming after you too, nigga. You know? Because remember, man, the YouTube keeps receipts. You niggas debated against the small heart. You niggas talk crazy about small heart. You niggas talk shit about the Edomites. But now they can make it, right? Huh? Read 2nd Ezra chapter 16. It tells you, man. Okay, you are, the ones that were concerned, the ones that were, good with Esau, you're going to be here in derision. All right? You're going to be here in derision, man. Esau's not going to let you go. Okay? Remember, that's a prophecy, man. Also, that's an ancient history, okay, between us and Jacob and Esau. That hatred, it has never been taken away, man. You know? You think because you're selling now, you're trying to make you're trying to be in favor with a king, Esau. You think he's gonna let you go? You fucking crazy, man. You know, you don't think. And guess what? You niggas are not a fucking scholar, because if you're a scholar, you understand that the Mosai Yahweh Shem Yashar rules in the kingdom of man. He controls everything, man. To where he's gonna control Esau to this devil you sold out to come after you dudes, man. You can go ahead and promote his, the mark of the beast. You can go ahead and say they can take it. You can do this and that. Guess what? Esau's still gonna get you. Okay? And same thing with IUIC. They say go take the jump shot. Guess what? When the time gets here, Esau's going to come after you. HPK, all you camps that are promoting that bullshit. Because eventually, you know what? These camps, man, they're going to promote the mark of the beast. Pursuant to the book of Romans, chapter 13. They're going to use that as a way to promote it. Watch. If a nigga can switch up like that, man, if a nigga can say the heathens can make it, huh? If a nigga can say the heathens can make it, the heathens are going to have a ruler, they're going to have a power over the Israelites in the kingdom. What makes you think that this nigga's not going to fucking switch up and tell you the mark of the beast is the mark of the shit because Esau says so. You got to keep the laws within the land you're in. You know? That's going to happen, man. Anyway, let's go on. Let me get another precept. So Revelation chapter 19 verse 10. Okay, going with what I read in the book of Sirach chapter 9. Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10. It says this, right? And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, say thou do not. I am thy fellow servant of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy, man. And so you're supposed to be what? You're supposed to be in the spirit of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy. You're supposed to be prophesying. Okay? You guys ain't prophesying. You guys are debating. All right? Let's go back on the comment board. So let's go back to the book of Luke. All right? Luke 8 and 16. It's like 18. But before I do that, I got to finish off here. To what the brother had posted up. So going back to the book of Sirach chapter 39 and verse 1 again. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereon, he will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Okay? Remember what is Romans chapter 15 verse 4? The things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. Okay? To give us hope. All right? And that hope is that what? Is that, we read about the times to come. Even when this devil goes crazy. Okay, when even this devil ges loose, is coming after us. It is written that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yeshua, will never forsake his servants. Okay, the prophets, the ones that believe on him, the ones that fear him. He won't forsake them. That's written. Okay, that gives us hope. And also that gives us courage to keep prophesying, to keep going in this thing, man. Okay, until it is time to fulfill, until that time comes where Amos chapter 8 verse 11 is it's fulfillment. All right, read on verse 2. It says, he will keep the sayings of the renewed man. Okay, where subtle parables are, and socket where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secret of grave sentence and become convinced in dark parables, go into the deep sayings of the Bible. Those men will be broken down the dark sayings. Okay, the dark sayings, the parables. Okay, they will be there. They'll be into that. Which that's what you see. That's why a lot of niggas can't get Revelation chapter 13 right. Revelation chapter 20 right. Revelation 12. 17, they can't get it right. You know? Because, hey, you end those men back here. You don't belong with those men. You thought you belong with those men, but now it's like, okay, you those individuals who didn't come through the door. Okay, you the thieves that came from other doors. Okay, you were not over us. And Heavenly Father Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is separating his man and his man and the false prophets. He's separating them right now, man. All right, let's go from there. Hey, the scripture says, then his chosen be made known in these days. All right, let's get. I know the brother put it up here. Yeah, this is the book of Surah 27:9. The birds will resort unto their like, so will truth return unto them that practice in it. So the prophets are back here, man. You know, and they're practicing in what? In the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, they're in there, man. All right, they're doing the work. All right, let's go from there. All right, so that was good. Let's keep it reading. Matthew chapter 26 verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. So we're supposed to be watching that we don't enter into temptation. Okay, because this devil man is about to get loose. He's about to be that madman you read in the book of Revelation. It's like a second Ezra chapter 16. And you don't want to find yourself with this devil taking away your crown, man. Offering you a little bag on the side. A bag on the side with fucking burger and chips and soda. So you can fucking sell out. No. Hell no, man. Watch and pray. Because if you watch closer, you can see that we're close to the return of Yahweh Shai. All right? You can see that the prophecies that are written in this book are about to happen. That we've been waiting on. Okay? And the scripture says here, let's get this out of the way. So Luke 8:18. Take heed therefore take heed therefore how you hear whatsoever for whosoever have to him shall be. It's like verse 17. I'm sorry. Luke 8:17. For nothing secret that shall not be made manifest. Everything is being made clear unto us. All right, prophecies are being manifest right now, man. The things that we've been waiting on, how's the persecution going to come? How's that going to happen? It's been known unto us right now. How's it going to take place? With what Australia's about to do real soon. That's the Amos 8, the 8th chapter. That's the book of Matthew 10. They shall deliver you unto the kings and the council. Before they shall deliver you out before the governors know that, to give a testament. Okay, we're seeing how it's going to play out. Because at the end of the day, the ones who are going to have the faith and strength to keep going with this truth are the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The rest of you, you're going to buckle. You're going to tuck your tail in and run away. Okay? You them dogs, man. You them dogs who don't buck when they see a danger. All right? You're gonna tuck your tail in saying, I can no longer bark, man. I can no longer give a warning. All right? The only camp right now, steady going and barking, is a great millstone, man. The rest of you other camps out there who don't preach the true doctrine, you tucking your tail in. You know, warning people no more, man. All right? It says, for nothing secret that shall not be made known, manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known, and come abroad. Everything is coming out. Everything's come to the light. All right? Okay? Let's go from there. Just bear with me. There's a precept, man. What was that? Okay, you know what? Hopefully it comes back. I was about to get a precept. Yeah. Let me get this here. I'll get this right here. Hopefully the other precept comes back. Oh, what's the precept? Come on. All right, let me get this right here. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 11, real quick. It says, so shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth, the words of Yahweh Hashem shall, this prophet is right, it's going to go out of the prophet's mouth and speak about it before they take place. All right? It says, it shall not return to me void. The prophets are not going to return to Yahweh Hashem shall void. They are going to take place. They are going to happen. All right?
Hello, brother. Hello.
How you guys doing, man? That's good. It says, it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. You see that? So the prophecies of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua are going to take place no matter what, man. You know, there's no way around it. Okay? There's no way around it, man. What we're telling you, what we're reading about, these things are going to happen. All right, let's get another one. Isaiah 42. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42. And verse 9. It says, behold, the former things are come to pass. The prophecies that took place a long time. Okay. Those came to pass already. You know about that. Okay, Easter steady coming now with evidence that, this right here, it took place. It took place. It's true. It's real. We're talking about these scientists, man. You know, they're coming out and proving it to you that these things that are written in the Bible took place. You know, it says that the former things, it's like, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Now we are declaring new things unto you. Okay, right now, the next prophecy that we might really witness taking place is Amos chapter 8 verse 11. All right, it says and the new things do I declare before the spring forth, I tell you of them. So before these things happen, we're telling you of them. Okay, and thou goes by us measuring the time diligently within itself, man. Watching. All right. Okay. And that's what we're doing, man. Let's get that precept, what he'll say unto me. This is the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. I will stand up on my watch and set me up on the tower, and we watch to see what he will say unto me. What's the Heavenly Father Yahweh Hashem right now saying unto us? You know? How is he doing that? How is the Heavenly Father Yahweh Hashem speaking? But the actions taking places worldwide. You know? Like when we're talking about Amos chapter 8 verse 11, what we're seeing right now, what the Heavenly Father Yahweh Shem Shah saying unto us by showing us what Esau is pushing forward, which is what the anti-that, the anti-this, the hate this, not. That's what the Heavenly Father Yahweh Shem Shah is showing us, man. All right. With these laws that were passed a long time ago, but now these laws are about to come into what? Into action. If you get caught out there speaking against these people, you're gonna be what? Categorized anti this, anti that. All right. And that's what? That's the fulfillment of Amos chapter 8, verse 11. That's the fulfillment of Isaiah chapter 10. What is that? Starting from verse like 20 or I think 16. Going downwards, where it says that you should be they should deliver you up to the what, to the before the governors, the this and that, for you to give a testament them, the Gentiles, okay, Eastern and Gentiles, man. The rest of these heathens, so the Heavenly Father is showing how that's gonna work out, because this truth right here eventually is gonna be categorized under the hate speech. All right, to where if you get caught speaking about it, promoting it, you're gonna be either questioned and jailed, and you're gonna be tried. And that's how the chosen gonna be made known, man. Because some of you gonna deny, you're gonna betray Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Like that fucking bitch. The video was done by Elder Manatas Ba from GMS South Carolina. Going into that lesson of that woman. People like that, man. It says, I'll stand up on my watch and set me up on the tower, and then watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make plain upon tables, that he might run that read with it. He might run that have the breakdown. Run with it. Go teach it. Then another man, if he's of the elect, is a teacher, he's going to study, understand it, and run with it. And run with it, and until the elect are sealed. Okay. But this truth right here is plain, man. It's simple to the elect, to the holy ones. But it's stumbling block to the ones who don't want, who are not meant to believe it, who are not meant to get it. All right. Verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. The prophecies are being set up for a certain time. Okay. It said for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. Right now, okay, this whole hate speech, anti-this, we can see it's gonna what? It's gonna eventually slow down of the truth coming out, man. All right. It said it shall speak and no lie. Though it tarry, wherefore it. Because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So one day, either the end of this month, which will be the end of this month, it comes in January 2026. We could see things happening, man, to where the truth can no longer come out. Or to where everything is going to be in code. Okay. We getting closer, man. All right. And again, I don't want to spoil the lesson that we're gonna do tonight. I don't want to spoil it. I really want to go into it, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want the brother to feel like, oh man, you betrayed me. Nah, I'm joking, but I'm just holding back. Holding back, man. But let's move on. Let's get another one, right? Isaiah chapter 56. Because that lesson, you're going to see, man, you're going to see what Australian government is doing. Oh, India is doing the same thing. Okay, India, man, they're talking about you're going to receive 10 years in prison for hate speech. I did a lesson on it last week. If you go on my page, you will see, man. Okay, over there in India, if they passed a law where, like, if you're promoting hate speech, because the truth is a hate speech, not to issues is. If you're promoting that, you're going to be jailed. 10 years, man. That's in India. So what do you think the Western countries are gonna do? Anyway, let's get here. Isaiah 56 and verse 9. Second verse 10. His watchmen are blind, going into these other camps out there who call themselves prophets, seers, scholars, right? You guys are fucking blind, man. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. Okay, ignorant. No, they don't know shit. They think they know something, but they don't know nothing. All right. It said they're all dumb dogs. Yeah, you guys are fucking dumb dogs, man. You see the danger right now. You see the wolf is coming. All right. You see the lion is coming. You know, like the scripture says in the book of 1 Peter 5, right? In verse is that 8. If a brother want to post up that precept, all right. The devil is walking around seeking whom he might devour. All right. You know, a lion. You know, like a lion. You know, running around, something like that, seeking whom he might devour, which is Esau. That's what Esau's doing right now. And guess what? You guys you tucking your tail in like a fucking dog, man, like a scary dog. You don't want to buck no more, cause you don't want to be penalized. You don't want to lose customers. You don't want to lose views. You don't want to lose that money coming in from cash app. You know, you don't want to lose it. You know. It says they're all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. What's the point of having a dog that don't want you, man? Ain't no point. You know? It says sleeping. You niggas fucking sleep right now, man. You know, you're back into that deep sleep. Sleeping, laying down, live into slumber. I'm going to read this in NLT. It says, for the leaders of my people, the Lord's watchmen, his shepherds are blind and ignorant. Yeah, you niggas, man. Because y'all going to have the true watchmen here and true, you know, watchmen here and true, you know, prophets here. You do have them. Okay, it's not going to be many of them. There's going to be many of the false prophets, though. The Lord's watchmen and his shepherd are blind and ignorant. They're like, it's like they are like silent watchdogs that give no warning. When danger comes, they love to lay around sleeping and dreaming. Yeah, because you niggas are fucking dreaming, to be honest with you. All right? How you dreaming? Because you think you're gonna... How you dreaming? Because you think you're gonna make it out of this fucking society, man. That's a damn fucking lie. You're lying to yourself, man. Wake up, Jake. You're lying to yourself, man. You're not gonna make it out of here, man. You're not gonna be rich. You know? You're not gonna be Jay-Z. You're not gonna be Floyd Mayweather. You're not gonna be LeBron. You're not gonna be Denzel. You know? You're not gonna be these people, man. It's too late for that, man. And if you do sell out and become another TD Jakes within the Hebrew community, you're not gonna enjoy that. Because we are at the end of this fucking world, man. We are at the end of this fucking world. You're not gonna have time to enjoy that. Okay? Suck it. Verse 11. Yeah. They are greedy dogs which can never have enough. They are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone of his gain from his quota. Come ye, say they, I'll fetch one. We will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow should be as this day, and much more abundant. Let's read this in NLT. Okay, verse 11. It says, like greedy dogs, they are never satisfied. They are ignorant shepherds, all follow their own path and intent on personal gain. Isn't that what we see happening? Tell me I'm fucking lying now. Please, somebody tell me I'm lying on these camps that go off. IOIC, IHBK, Genesis, Gorilla, if they still exist. GOCC. Please tell me I'm fucking lying, man. They know they're into this thing just for their own personal gain. That's what they are. That's the reason why they're in this truth, man. Or so-called truth of their own, because they teach different doctrine. They're in it for their personal gain. Okay, I'm not making it up. It's being made known, man. It's all over fucking YouTube. Verse 11 says, verse 12 in NLT says, "Come," they say, let's get some wine and have a party They can't wait for the Passovers, the high holidays, so they can party, make money, have fashion shows. It says, come, they say, let's get some wine, have strong, and it's like, get some wine and have a party. Let's all get drunk. Then tomorrow We will do it again and have even more bigger party. Because they're looking forward to 2026 Passover now. All right? Let's come on the comment board. Matthew 26:41 says, watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Exactly, man. Because we come into a time where like things are gonna get harder and harder. And if you're not in the spirit, you're gonna be taken away. That's why Yahushua prayed for Peter, strengthening him, so he can go and strengthen the rest of the disciples. It's the same thing today, man. You know. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 27. For evil shall be put out, and the seed shall be quenched. Okay, and evil's being put out right now, and the seed is being quenched, and that's why this truth is being hated. That's why Esau is attacking the truth right now. All right, because his bullshit has been exposed left and right. All right, verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish. You know, this truth is flourishing, man. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared. Now the truth is being declared right now. You know, for a moment though. Okay, this truth is going to be declared for this grace period. Then eventually we know it's going to be taken away. You know, the doors are going to be shut off, and if you didn't receive it, that's on you. Well, what were you doing in this grace period? Abusing the truth? You know? Abusing yourself? Yeah. All right. Jeremiah 48:10 in the AMP says, Cursed is the one who does the work of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah negligently. Okay, instead of being diligent, you're doing it negligently. Let's look it up. Let's look up the word, the definition of negligently, if I'm saying right. Okay. Right here, so negligently it says here, right? It says in a way that fails to take proper care over what? Over something. That's what you guys are doing. You ain't taking care of the sheep. You ain't feeding them. Okay, you are misusing Yahweh Shemashah's words by taking out and outing. All right. Let's get a quick precept like here. Let's get this precept right here. Acts 20:28. Take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock, right? You're supposed to be doing that. Okay? It says, take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over which the Holy Ghost hath made you overseer, right? To feed the church of Yahweh Shemashah, which he hath purchased with his own blood. In the NLT says, so guard yourselves and God's people and feed and shepherd God's flock, his church, purchased with his own blood, over which the Holy Spirit have appointed you as elders. Right? You're supposed to be doing that. There's another one, right? But you guys are not doing that, right? Okay? You're doing the work of Yahweh Shemashah deceitfully, man. Let's get another one in the book of Peter. This is what you guys are doing. Real quick, let me get it here. Luke 21:34. And take heed to yourselves, lest any time your heart be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life. A lot of you caught up with the cares of this life, so you're changing the doctrine to please people, to please yourself, to serve your own belly, to gain money. You know. Now you're in a need of changing everything now. You know. It says that with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that they come up in you unawares. All right. Let's go down. 1 Timothy 4:16. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both serve thyself and them that hear thee. You understand? You're supposed to be doing that. But guess what? God said, nah, we're not doing that, man. Who? Me listen to another man? I ain't gonna listen to the apostles of Great Millstone. They're men. They're just men. You know? Or they're too old, man. They should remember Al-Azhar? They should Apostle should retire. You know? Yeah, man. Hebrews 12:15. Look diligently, lest any man fail. Lest any man fail of the grace of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And we in His grace right now, man. But it says, looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of God. Okay, lest any root bitterness spring up, trouble you. You see that? And a lot of you, man, you trouble with bitterness, because you going off, you get rebuked. Okay, you saying things that don't add up to the scripture. You get checked, and it's like you get bitter, angry. Okay, it says, lest any root of bitterness spring up trouble you, and thereby many defiled. Now you find yourself doing what you're not supposed to be doing. Now you defiled. Now you defile you defile the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Now your mouth is defiled. What comes out of you is what defiles a man, right? Now you're changing the whole doctrine now, man. Okay? There should be another one. This is the book of 1 Peter 5:2. Feed the flock of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly. Okay, you're supposed to be doing this thing willingly, man. No fulfillful lucre, money, right? But of ready minds. But of a ready mind. Neither has been lords over God's heritage, okay? Trying to be this dude, trying to do too much, man. Trying to, put so much pressure, no pressure, but more like like what Esau does, exercising your power, okay, over brothers. All right? No, man, no. It ain't supposed to be like that. Neither as being lords over Yahweh Shemshah's heritage, but being a sample to the flock. Okay? You gotta be an example. An example, Yahushua, he left it. He left a great example. When you watch the disciples, man, when you read up, you can see what kind of example Yahushua left. And that's the example you're supposed to be following, man. You're supposed to be serving. Okay, no, serving unto. Okay? Let's go on. Jeremiah 3:15. I will give you pastures according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Meaning what? You're gonna serve. Okay, those pastors are gonna serve you. All right, they're gonna take care of the sheep, man. Okay. All right, like I was giving this example, back when I was about 8, I want to say I was about 8 or 9. Yeah, about 8 or 9. Okay, I used to look after 3 goats, and 3 goats. Okay, it was one male and one female, and a baby. I want to say it was about 3 or 4 of them. I used to look after them, and guess what? I'll make sure when I took them to go eat, grass, get their water or whatever, I had to, keep my eyes on them as a young kid, right? But sometimes, being a kid, you get distracted. Okay, I used to go and get distracted and get carried on by what other kids were doing. So I'll go play soccer. Okay, I'll go and play soccer, right? And one time, I'll go play soccer and come back, and the goats will be there. They will still be in the same area. But so I did it so many times to where I guess, because animals ain't dumb, to where they figured, oh, this nigga left. He left us. And guess what? One time, man, I did that. And I remember that day, man. I did that. I went and played for at least like fucking 2 hours playing soccer. And it got darker. Okay, and I'm talking about in the land of Ham. Where you got wild dogs, hyenas and shit. Animals, This is back in our fucking refugee camp. All right? And then it got darker. And I'm like, fuck, I'm getting scared. I'm like, fuck, whether something had happened or somebody even stole those goats, man. I went back, not there. And you know what I had done? I had I tied them up to a tree. I tied them to a tree, but the tree wasn't strong enough. So the tree broke. Okay? Ran off. I get there, nothing is there. I'm looking around. I'm fucking crying, Akim. I'm fucking crying, man. My parents are gonna fucking me up. I'm gonna get fucking beat up. Okay? I'm gonna get beat up. Like I didn't do my job, man. I'm fucking, bro. I'm scared, man. I'm talking about, man. Like, scared. I didn't want to go home. Then I couldn't do nothing. It's dark. There's nobody out there. Everybody went to their fucking village. Going back. It's like no village. Everybody went back to their tents, their little houses. I'm in a fucking little jungle, man. I went back home, crying, sneaking out, trying to sneak out home and shit. And guess what was there? Them goats got home. It got dark. I did like, fuck this, we can't be here no more. We gotta go home. They went home. And man, I was like, fuck. I was like, yo. I was fucking, I was scared for my life, man. So I get home. Those goats are home. Made it home. They were able to get home. But it's the same thing with this truth right here, man. When it says, feed the lambs, feed my goats, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be looking after them, man. Okay? All right? You're supposed to be directing them. You're supposed to be directing the elected, the people that watch you. You're supposed to give them the right food, the right water, But that's an example I was giving, man. I was fucking terrified, man. So now imagine somebody, you misleading people. You should have that fear in the back of your, in the back of your mind, man. Like you should be fucking scared right now. What's Yahweh gonna do to me when he comes back and he finds out I didn't do the right thing? That's an example I was giving, man. If I'm here and I'm not giving the right message out there, what is Yahweh gonna do to me, man? If I betray this truth, if I betray Yahweh Hashem right now, what's gonna happen to me? What's gonna happen to me in Jacob's trouble? What's gonna happen to my household in those days, man? That's something you should have in the back of your head all the time, man. Fear, man. Anyway, it says, I'll give you, pastor, according to mine heart, we shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And that's what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, you can teach the knowledge, but you gotta lead them. You gotta comfort them, exhort them. Okay, rebuke when rebuke is needed. All right. Let's go from there and read these right here. St. John chapter 21, verse 15. So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my lambs. You know, verse 16, he said unto him again, second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. And he said unto him, feed my sheep. Again. Okay? Again. You know, reminding him. Verse 17, he said unto him, the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua said unto him, feed my sheep. You see that? And that's what we're supposed to be doing, man. Okay? So come back on the comment board. That was a good preacher right there, man. You know, let's go back in here and read it one more time. Jeremiah 49:10. Cursed is the one who does the work of the Lord negligently, and cursed is the one who restrains his words. It's like his words going to the Bible. Okay, our sword right now is his Bible. All right, from blood and executing the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You're supposed to give out the truth, man. Okay, no matter how harsh it is, give it out. Okay, bring it out, man. You know, and that's what Genesis is doing. It's too much for the heathens to handle, or for Easter to handle. So they're watering down the truth, man. All right. And this is what they're doing right now. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. There's the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse 8. Now go right in before them in the table, the Bible, and note it in a book, that it might be for the time to come forever and ever, which is the Bible we got right now. Okay, it says that this is a rebellious people, lying children, our people, Jake. Okay, rebellious people, lying children, that will not hear the law of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, that will not keep the precepts of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, which said to the seas, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy unto us, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things. That's what Genesis is doing right now. You guys are prophesying unto the people smooth things. Okay, you're not giving out the truth as it's supposed to be, man. You guys are being lukewarm. Okay, it says speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. And that's what you dudes are doing. You prophesy deceits, man, and that's not good. All right. Let's come back to the book of let's go back to the comment board. Proverbs 16:18. Pride goes before destruction, and the Holy Spirit before a foe. You don't want to be proud. You don't want to be prideful in His truth, man. The Heavenly Father Yahweh Hashem is going to humble you. And if you're a righteous man, He's gonna bring you down and uplift you up again. Meaning you're gonna seek Him 10 times more, but you're gonna be on the right path though. But if you're just gonna be prideful, you think with all, man, you're gonna fall. And your fall is gonna be great. All right. Let's go on. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 14. The backslider in heart should be filled with his own ways, man. If you backslide within your mind, man, you're gonna be filled with your own ways. Okay, whatever devices you have devised within your own heart, is gonna get you. You're gonna eat the fruit thereof, man. Okay, you're gonna eat the fruits thereof. You're gonna your ways are gonna get you destroyed, man. Okay, He says and a good man shall be satisfied from himself. Verse 15. The simple believe every word, but the prudent man look to his going. The simple represents you dumbass niggas that just believe everything. You don't even try the spirit. Okay, to see if somebody's giving you the proper doctrine. You don't even study. You just believe something because it sounds good. All right. Some of you guys, you just believe these other camps because they come against us, okay, with that whole, the rape doctrine, and you like, oh man, these guys are fucking insane, man. If they really believe in that, they're insane. So you believe that. You're wrong with it. That's fucked up. But it's a stumbling block though. You know? He said the simple believe every word, right? But the prudent man look forward to his going. All right. Sirach 20 and verse 9. There is a sinner that have good success in evil things. Yeah, man. These guys, you driving what's the haircut? You know, these guys are doing well. These guys are going overseas to go preach the doctrine in Europe, Africa, here and there. And some of you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, definitely these guys are men of the Lord. But no, they ain't. Okay, no, they aren't, man. Okay, just because just because they're doing all that, like, it don't make them the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. The internet itself is pushing the word out, man. So it says there's a sinner that have a good success in evil things. You know, yeah, you can have a good success teaching the wrong doctrine, man. All right, and there's a gain that tendeth to loss. All right, you guys have gained everything, but it's the end of the day it's gonna be a loss. You know, the end of the day you have what? You have you have lost your salvation. Okay, the end of the day you're not gonna have protection in the times to come during Jacob's trouble. Okay, that protection is not gonna be there. So is that a great gain? Absolutely not. Terrible gain, man. You have lost everything to gain a couple paycheck. You know. Verse 10. There is a gift that shall not profit thee. Yeah, you guys have received a gift from me, so they beg. Is that gonna profit thee? No, absolutely not. All right. And there's a gift whose recompense is double. So if you receive this gift, man, your recompense is gonna be double, because now you're doing the worst. Now you're changing the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, okay, to fill your own belly. That's fucking terrible, man. So your recompense is going to be double, all right? Sirach 31 verse 11. There shall no evil happen unto him that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So you got you brothers out there, man, who's doing the right thing, okay, and teaching the right doctrines in sincerity, man. Keep going. Don't change it. You know. No evil, it says here, right? There shall no evil happen unto him that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So when all hell break loose, no evil is going to happen unto you, man. You're going to be protected. Okay, the angels of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua encamped are round about them that fear him. You know, that do the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know, the angels are going to be with you. Okay? And you know, and then there's also, he that strive for the truth unto death shall be, it's like the Heavenly Father Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to fight for those that strive for the truth unto death. Okay? He says, but in temptation, even again, he will deliver him. When the hour of temptation gets here, you're going to be delivered. Even when you are being delivered, you've been delivered up to the judges, the rulers of the rich, the top bankers and all that. You've been delivered unto them to be judged for you giving a testament against them. The Heavenly Father Yahweh Hashem is going to deliver you from that, man. All right. No matter what evil is going to try to put up on you. Okay, all these fake AI videos they're gonna try to make and to make you look evil. You're gonna be delivered out of it, man. If you're doing the right thing. Okay. Let's get another one. Proverbs 12 and 15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes. Right. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, because everything is going smooth. Okay, everything is going according to what you want it to be. You're just being deceived, my man. You know, you're just being sent into the what is it? Like the scripture says, what is that? The broad is the way, right? That leadeth to destruction, but narrow is the way that leadeth unto life. You know, so a lot of you've been led into what? Destruction, because how things look right now, how things are going right now. You know, you paying rent, or you buying houses and cars, off you teaching the doctrine, wrong doctrine, receiving money weekly fortnightly, whatever, you know, and you think everything is nice and smooth because that, and you take that as a blessing. That ain't no fucking blessing, but a curse, man. Okay, let me read on. It says, the way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto the counsel is wise. You know, the ones, you know, you ones that that hearken unto the counsel being given unto you by the man, who are the leaders of Israel today. You take that, you listen to it. You wise. You are wise, man. You know, because you go ahead and examine yourself. You know. Sirach chapter 13 and verse 15. It says, every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. So, you know, today you're gonna have what? The prophets are gonna be back, you know, in their own group. All right. And your false prophets, you're gonna be back in what? In your own fucking group. Okay? You scoffers, you mockers, you're gonna be in your own group. You know? It says, verse 16, all flesh consenteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. Right? The elect of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, they're gonna cleave unto their like. You know, minds like, you know, the right-minded brothers, or in this thing, they're gonna be what? They're gonna be, you know, be backing out, you know, into that one group, okay, into that one fold, you know. Let's get that precept real quick. I think this one here explains better. This precept right in the book of Malachi. Dang, mosquitoes. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 3, and verse 16. It says, then they that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, right, spake often one to another, right? So, you know, those brothers back here right now, and they're speaking one to another daily, okay? Then they that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua spake one to another, let me read it one more time. Let me take my time. Then they that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua spake often one to another, all right? You know, sometimes you meet a brother, you're like, man, what does it feel like? I know you from somewhere. And you don't know who this brother is, but your spirit connects. You know? Because hey, at one time you and that bro you were close to one another. Okay, your spirit connects. But you just can't remember though. You know? Okay? It said, then did I fear Yahweh Hashem Yahshua spake often one to another. And the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshua hearkened it and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for they that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, and the Lord Yahweh that though second oh man, hold on, let me see. It says, then they that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahshua spake often one to another, and the Lord Yahweh hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that fear the Lord, and that thought upon his name. So you're gonna have a group of brothers here, okay, who are part of the elect that are gonna be connected together, man, and believers. And then you're gonna have those false prophets, false teachers. They're gonna be in their own fucking little group, you know, defending one another, okay. All right, let's come back here on the comment board. So Sirach chapter 13 verse 16, it says that all flesh consenteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like, right? Which is true. Isaiah 5:20, woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil, that put darkness for light, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter. All right? And that's the individuals who have turned this truth into something else, man. You know? Rather teaching the truth, you're teaching Christianity right now. Okay, you guys are teaching the Western Christianity to be real with you. You know, woe be unto you, man. All right. Verse 21. Isaiah 5 and 21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes. Woe be unto you for being wise in your own eyes, man. Okay, because you getting fucking you know, you got individual saying, man, oh, you guys so deep, man. You two brothers are deep, man. You man, that was deep. That was deep, man. You guys are the scholars. You guys are deep. Nah, nigga, fuck out of here. Ain't nothing deep about your doctrine you teaching. You know, you got that shit from Esau. It says, woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and put it in their own sight. You see that? Let me see. All right, that's good. Now let's go back to where I started the lesson from. All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 9. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. You know, so when you're a true watchman, all right, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're gonna be measuring time diligently, and everything is happening right now that we've been speaking on. The apostle was speaking on before we came in his truth. It's all happening right now. Okay. All right. And then we mentioned, you know, we are reporting on those things, man. Okay. It says, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, right? All these signs are coming to pass. It's been told unto us, it's been written. Then thou will understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, you see what's going on over there in UK. You know, it's getting worse. Eventually, you're gonna see uproars of people in America with guns and shit. You know, going against the government. Those are signs of the end of this society, man. Okay. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, that's a normal thing, man. And uproars of the people in the world, then shall thou will understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. You know, so there's signs that we're looking towards, man. You know, there's prophecies that are about to come to pass right now, as I'm doing this lesson. And that's the famine of this truth. That's the men of Yahweh Hashem Yashar being persecuted. You know, that's what East is pushing for. And we're measuring out diligently, man. We're telling you, you know, that whole thing that happened in Sydney, that is going to lead unto that. You know, I want to see what Hakan Hassad going to say about that. If they're not busy debunking the truth, I want to see. Because there's a new fucking lesson now they put up about the tears. You know, that is something else. What's next? The mark of the beast? What's next? That Esau is not a so-called white man? You know? Because every week these niggas got something to say. I don't know if every week the money gets bigger. You know, the money gets bigger, now they're going to deceive you. They're going to change the doctrine. I don't know if that's how it's working right now, man. But it seems like that. All right, because this week it was about a tear. Next week is going to be about something else, man. It's back. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. It's back. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So here it says, 2nd Ezra 9 and 4. Then shall we understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and the end is manifest. Right now is all being made clear unto us that we are the end. All signs are leading unto the end of this man's society. You know, But before the end of this society comes to an end, there's prophecy that has to be fulfilled, such as the famine of the word. Okay, the men of Yahweh Hashem shall be taken off the streets and being persecuted. You know, that's what we're coming into real soon. Okay. All right. So with that, man, you know, I'm just leave this session right here, and then Lord willing, tonight, okay, we're gonna do a lot of lessons going into what Australia is moving towards. Okay, after that whole attack over there in Sydney. You know, so, you know, Tawada to Akim, you know, who provide the precepts in the comment board, who tune in, Tawada for that, you know. And with that, man, you know, I want to say all praise goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kwakudash, and also the honor to the pastors, the elder bishops, and the elders great mission rule well. And also Shalom to believers out there, man. Stay strong and just keep watching, man. We're almost out of here. Shalom.